Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Yeah.
What is good? What is good for the culture family? I hope you guys are doing great today. Let me turn this studio mode off so I don't forget that it is on. It says that the stream is kind of lagging here, so hopefully it's not lagging bad on you guys' side. But let's talk about the charts. Let's dive into these markets. So, previous 4-hour candle for EUR USD did in fact just now close bullish. Current 4-hour has no top wick. We've seen on the 15-minute time frame that price is creating higher highs and higher lows. So what happened here is price created a high, created a low, created a new high, came back down to retest this low here. This was a good entry location for a continuation. So what do I want to see? I want to see a scale in play on the smaller time frame. Maybe we can see on the 5-minute time frame a correction down for that potential continuation up, being that this current 4-hour candle doesn't have a top wick there, or a bottom wick, excuse me. So expecting it to get a bottom wick, potentially a steeper bottom wick, and then a continued bullish move. That's what I'll be looking for today, currently for the New York session. Now there's something to note though, that the DXY has this gap here that hasn't gotten filled yet. So we have this gap to the upside, bullish side. So once the DXY does in fact flip to clear this gap, EUR USD will swing bearish. So any, break of a new high could potentially be the last high before we see some type of correction happen for EUR USD in terms of based on the DXY structure. But as of now, the DXY remains in a bearish structure. Price came down, it opened with this gap here, pushed up, pushed down, created a new low, pushed up, pushed down. If it breaks this low, we're still technically in a bearish wave, and that could be indicative of this channel that you see here on the 30-minute time frame. So you see push down, a push up, creation of a new low, correction, came back down. We're in the demand zone now. So how price reacts in this current area will determine whether or not you start to see a flip or continue move to the downside. We've got a lot of volume here coming in for the New York session. So what do I want to see? I want to see a full-on retest back into, let's say, these levels here, for a potential continued move to the upside. And what would that mean? Right here is where we have our 4-hour low. So our previous 4-hour low, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that's our previous 4-hour low. So why would I anticipate price to come back down to this resistance? Hold on, give me a second. This resistance right here on the 5-minute time frame is because price could likely push down into this area. As long as it doesn't break this previous 4-hour candle low, it's likely that we can still see a continued bullish move to the upside. So we'll look to potentially scale into this play for price to push to the upside. You can see where we reacted off of was based on, I believe, the 15-minute time frame. There you go. So you can see that resistance that we have here on the 15-minute time frame, and I believe the 4-hour candle just got a bottom wick, so a very shallow bottom wick. It does not have to form a steep bottom wick for this to continue pushing up price. If it just wants to go up, it can go up from where it's at currently. Essentially, what I would be looking to take is a scale in position trade because of the first initial position. So what you figure is the first initial position is after you tap into this resistance here. And the first 1-minute candle after that bullish close here, and then you set your stops below your resistance over here, and then I take profit for these highs up there. And why we would set a take profit for the highs instead of the demand zone is because this is a continuation play. So price is in a bullish trend, creating higher highs and higher lows. And essentially you want to see that continuation to break for a new high, to continue in the direction. So what we're looking for is what would be a scale in play, a scale in trade for price to retest back into here. into these levels for a continued bullish push up. If price pushes up and creates a new high, this now becomes our key low. We can still look for a correction back down in here for price to push up. So ultimately, price is in fact bullish. Previous 4-hour candle closed bullish with a wick that can likely be filled to the upside. So that's what we're looking for today. That is said trade of the day. Yeah, so really just waiting on that structure here. How's price going to react once we get into these levels? Are we in fact going to just push up for a new high here? If so, waiting for that correction for a potential continuation of this current bullish wave that we're in. Is what I'm looking for. So we just got to wait now until, you know, we see what price is going to do. What is it going to do? Let's turn this just a little bit. There we go. Gold is at 25.75, absolutely ripping to the upside there. Previous 4-hour candle closed bullish. Current 4-hour candle showing some type of rejection, but it's likely that we could see with volume a continuation of that bullish move. A retest play would be to here. If this 15-minute candle closes bearish, a steeper move to the downside. So a retest play because it's high volume up there, or a demand push, which would be down to here for a potential continuation. Let me pull up the so right now just kind of waiting on this 30-minute time frame here. To see how price is gonna if we can get a correction and continuation for the rest of the session following that bullish 4-hour candle that we just came off of. Though it hasn't been the best week in terms of overall trades, or execution, shall I say. The trades have been good, but the execution has been a little shady. Though it's been a relatively alright week, we're still running profits for the week. So about $1,400 profit on the week currently. Not great, but or not bad, but not great, shall I say. In terms of profit potential. So we just gotta wait here. We just got the high broken. for EUR USD. Since we got this high broken, now I want to see a correction to begin to form in some way, shape, or form. Gold is looking actually like an easier scalable play here on the 1 minute time frame. Looking at equivalent to about a 10 pip stop loss. Let's see what EU. So yeah, it's looking like I have a better scalable opportunity on gold. So we're going to take a look at gold. Basically, same thing. Previous 4-hour candle closed bullish. We got a lot of bullish volume. Price just broke this high here. Want to see this come down to this area here. So let's pull these gold markets up. It's going to be about a 20 lot. All right. Why is it not letting me come on now, let me move my chart here. There we go. All right, so yeah, we just got the previous 1 minute to close as a bearish candle. I would have loved for this 1 minute candle to close bearish so we could actually get that correction to the downside. I wanted to see something similar to a corrective structure like this here, but it's running with volume right now, so it might make a steeper, a continued bullish push because this right here. But all I want to see is for price to get into this level. Let me set it up. Protection orders, stop loss is going to be at 25.74. So if we get here, price at 25.74, 0.2 is going to be my stop loss, and then my target is just going to be target is going to be this high up here. So looking for about a 1 to 2 risk to reward on the trade. So all that's left for me to do now is to wait for price to come to this area and see if we can't get a bullish reaction off of this area, or once tapping into this zone. Let's take a look at EU real quick. EU forming a little bit of a corrective structure beginning there. All right, we're coming to our key level. We just gotta wait. This is a good sign though. We got a shallow break. which means we could have a demand play push to this area here, and that's essentially what I want to see. I definitely want to see this one flip and make a steeper move down. Right now, not showing any signs of slowing up, and yeah, it's just it looks like it's gonna blow through that high up there. Currently, it does have a bottom wick. I'm still gonna be stay patient and wait for a steeper move to the downside within this 1 minute demand zone. I think that's a better area to look for potential entry. And then if price creates a new high, we'll just have to reevaluate the structure and go from there. Because it's looking like this is likely going to, well, let's see how it reacts off of this area that we're at. But with this previous 1 minute candle closing bullish with the amount of volume it did, you know, the chances for it to push down are still there, but slimmer. And it's just based on how price reacts at this current area here. You can see how the previous 5 minute candle closed bullish, and this 5 minute candle already formed this bottom wick. So it's likely that we're not going to see that push unless this candle closes as a bearish candle. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. My Telegram, or not my Telegram, my TradingView is acting super slow. And you can see that it just got an immense amount of volume there. Well, I'm not going to say an immense amount of volume, but you see that it's just taken off at this point. Let's go back to EU. Let's see if we are seeing similar signs on EU. Not quite with EU. Prices broke that high, but it is, and it's lagging. This is bothering me that it's lagging like this. Close but no cigar yet again on that pullback there on the 15-minute time frame, and price is just absolutely ripping to the upside here for a continued bullish move. Now we gotta reevaluate and rescale since we're running with so high volume. I mean, a retest play here, but it's almost like anytime you get a retest and a strong bullish reaction from gold at this point on the smaller time frame is where we want to go ahead and just execute on that bullish buy position, because there's just so much volume. I think that's why we didn't get our steeper move to the downside, though we had a shallow break, because price was beginning to push with volume. You can see how the previous 5 minute candle closed. This is the corrective structure within here, and then price begins to break out and move to the upside here, as we're seeing on the 1 minute time frame. It just hasn't even closed bearish yet. There hasn't been a candle to close bearish, and something of how we would execute on this is, you know, just holding that into that volume flips. But as of right now, price is just absolutely ripping to the upside. And we're in no man's land, so we don't have any real resistance levels here for gold. And that's because we're at these all-time highs. So what we do is we see when a corrective structure forms, that becomes the new key high, whatever that area is. We just look to capitalize off of that there. All right, so yep, now we just gotta continue to wait for that, for a potential, scalable opportunity for gold. Let's take a look at EURUSD. Okay, we could begin seeing our correction form for EURUSD. Let me take a look at the DXY. The DXY just broke through a low here, so a correction and continuation down. So for EURUSD, we could start to begin to see this move to the downside to retest and continue pushing up. It just depends. As far as gold is concerned, it's just continuing to create higher highs and higher lows. You can see we just had this previous candle close as a bearish candle with no top wick. Here, and price is just going up. It just broke this high here, just barely, ever so slightly, created a new higher high right there. So ever so slightly just broke that high, and it's just continuing to push bullish. You can see how this 1 hour candle is going, how the previous 4 hour candle closed, how the current 4 hour is just continuing off of that volume from the previous 4 hour candle there. And that's similar to what we want to see happen for EURUSD. You can see that we already broke the 4 hour. Oh man, you can see we already broke the 4 hour high here for EU. So which is generally where we would set our target, but we're going to set our target at the current 4 hour candle high. Look for a correction and a continuation for price to continue pushing bullish, because we've seen, like with yesterday's session on the smaller time frame within this wave, price was just continuing to create higher highs and higher lows. So even after we got off the session yesterday, price was still in a bullish trend. Excuse me, let me see. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so after we had got off the session, price just continued to create higher highs and higher lows. You can see here, this is around where we got off the session, and price created another high, came back down, created a low, created another high, came back down, created a low, created another high. And so I'm anticipating that type of structure on the larger time frame here, for price to come down, retest this area, create a low, and then push back up to break the high, which is the current 4 hour high. So much volume for gold. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that pullback to the key demand zone here on that 1 minute time frame, because price would be absolutely ripping to the upside. Right here is where we wanted to take our entry. Price couldn't quite get to this area, and then pushed up with an immense amount of volume, and is currently in the process of creating higher highs and higher lows. EU just formed a correction. Previous 5 minute candle closed bearish. This is a corrective structure. It's a very weak corrective structure. I want to see more volume to the downside, for price to make a steeper move down, come into these levels where we're looking for our 15 minute level of resistance. Let's take a look on the 30. Yeah, I think it was the 15 minute. Oh, 5 minute. Here we go. So ultimately looking for price to get here. Being that we can get a steeper corrective structure to form. If we don't get a steeper corrective structure to form, then then this can just keep going up, similar to like what we're seeing happening on gold here, where price is just continuing to climb higher. We need to see some type of correction before I look to get involved. Oh, goodness gracious. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little tired. I would be capped. Yeah, we're starting to see that 5 minute candle fill that wick of that previous. That's a good sign for our corrective structure. If we can get some more volume, this 15 minute candle to close bearish, the next 15, and it'll probably take about 45 minutes. 3 15 minute candles close bearish, and then retest right here. We get a 5 minute candle to close bullish. We can see a continuation. Same thing with the DXY is starting to correct. So we got a shallow break here, correction. It just depends on how high this correction is going to go. For EU, we want to see that correction come back down to here. My wrist is killing me. Starting to see a corrective structure form on the 1 minute time frame here for gold. Let's see how she reacts at this level over here. Will we get a push back down? If we get a push back down into this level, I'll look for a 0.5 scale in for gold. And then if we get the entry for EU, I'll take a 0.5 for that as well. And look to risk only 1% on the day. Okay, coming near to that area here. Okay. 25, 79, 59, 25. All right, we officially just tapped into this level here. Let's see how this next 1 minute begins to form. Let's see. A lot of back and forth motion here. Okay, so I took in buys off of this level here, looking for price to go back up to this high. So It will not let me modify my stop loss to where I want to put it. 25.76. Bro, this is ridiculous. Why isn't it letting me modify my stop loss? It's literally not letting me change it. Bro, am I tweaking here? Like, what's going on? It's not letting me change my stop loss. Like, bro, come on. Wow. I'm trying to modify my stop loss on this trade. It's looking like if it goes wrong or against our direction, I'm going to have to manually modify this trade because it will not let me modify it whatsoever here. So I'm just going to look to modify the trade manually, man. We're going to have to modify the trade manually since it wants to be weird about how it's going to let me do this. All right, so getting close to our full take profit, right up in that area there. I'm going to go ahead and close 90 here. Leave the rest of this to run to the full take profit. All right. Will it let me put my take profit at least, bro? Like, come on. They need to fix their system, man. I'm telling you, this is so irritating. I gotta click. What is 25.81? I'm gonna have to do like 1,000 clicks to get to where I want price to go. I'm not sitting here and setting this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. It's a flaw in the system. But you guys seen the trade though. Was able to make my account. Was able to make about order history. $3,100 on that trade. With I can't. Nah, I'm about to close this position because it won't let me move stops to break even. And if I can't move my stops to break even, then because I want my runner, I don't want my runner to get stopped out. I want my runner to be able to get taken out at break even. But like, this is ridiculous. 25.77. Like, I'm having to click through this like 100 times just to be able to get my stop loss to break even, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me show you guys the trade. So can y'all, it's showing the wrong screen. See, that's not even up. My whole thing is just lagging. I can't even show you guys the trade because it's tweaking out. Everything with my computer is just going utterly wrong. But you guys can see the trade that we took today. Gonna make like 3,500 on this trade. Is what we're looking at right now. So not a bad trade, not a bad trading day, not a bad entry. Something very, very quick. That'll be, yeah, take profit hit. We're going to go ahead and close after the first 1 minute candle closes bearish. Because you know how I get down with that volume. If price is going to just go, we're going to let her go until she say no more. As soon as she says no more, we get her out. This candle is just closing bullish, so we're just going to let that runner go. We're going to let that runner go. And this is not a bad way to end the weekend or to end the week. It was a shady week, you know. We ended up with it. That trade really kind of blessed up. Yeah, I'm closing the rest here. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. Wait. Let's see how this candle closes because it has no top wick yet. Let's go and get that top wick. and it just created a new high, so it can correct all the way back down, which is why I'm gonna get out on the first bearish candle that closes, which could be this candle here in the next couple seconds. But we just gotta see it flip and continue pushing bullish. There it is. Let's see if she gonna hold that bullish flip though. If she holds the bullish flips and breaks the previous 1 minute high, then I'll go. But if not, I'm gonna close the position. If she closed 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm out. And she can continue pushing bullish or whatever. But that was it. That was my trade today. We couldn't get the first one because it didn't pull all the way back down to our key zone. Was able to get the second one here, and if it would let me pull up, like, oh my goodness, bro, Nova is just bugging out, man. Nova is bugging out. If it would just let me show y'all this, I could show you the trade. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can do it again. Window capture, display capture, window capture. There we go. Finally, it's not tweaking. All right. So trading dashboard, you look at the week, it hasn't updated yet, but if you go to my account and you go to order history, you can see that we had a rough one. Profitable week. I think this will put us up about $4,500, a little over $4,500. Oh no, we made, yeah, so I was up 1,400, so about 55, no, about 5,000. So we made about 5,000 on the week, which will put us at a grand total on the month to, like, my eye is killing me. Dang. That'll put us, let me see, trading dashboard. Yeah, it hasn't updated yet, so it has to update. But basically, essentially the 1,400, then you can go from the start of this month. So the start of this month, that's 3,400 plus the 3,400 that we just made, or dude, my eye is killing me. The 3,500 that we just made, we're about $6,000, a little over $6,000 in profit on the current month. So it wasn't, and I'm not gonna look at this. Look at how price did. It broke that high, and that's why we get out when we get out. Let me, because this is gonna go a part of the video. That's exactly why I get out when price forms that first bearish candle that closes after hitting my target, because that correction could likely be coming after. So that's, if you wanted to know why I do that, that's exactly why. So that's gonna end the stream, bro, because my eye is killing me. My system isn't acting right, and it's Friday. We had a great week. We were able to capitalize on some profits. We missed a lot of trades, man. That hurt the most, is all the missed trades. But we ended the week off on a strong note. And look at how price is just creating these higher highs and higher lows. These are all easy scalable trades. I mean, this one wouldn't have been as easy because it didn't close, but it just pushed up immediately. And that's just because there's so much volume in the market currently. That's why I said every time price breaks a high, and comes back down to form that correction, you could be liable to be taking an entry for, an all-time high to get created. That's the type of markets that we're in right now with gold. So you can see that price is just, it's pushing up. So that was it. That was today's trade. It took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes to hit our full take profit. $3,500 in 6 minutes. You can't beat that. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys next week, Monday, and we'll run it back. We're just gonna run our bike Monday. All right. Peace.